The jury's deadlocked. What happens next? Would you like to learn the answer? Come join me as I share with you this great information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury trial attorney practicing law here in the state of New York. Well, your case has gone all the way to trial. The attorneys have given their closing remarks. The judge has given the jury instructions on the law. And now the jury goes back to deliberate. And minutes turn into hours, turn into days. And finally, the jury comes back with a note to the clerk that says, Your Honor, we are deadlocked. We cannot reach a conclusion. We cannot reach a decision. What happens next? The judge will take that note, show it to the attorneys, which says the jury is deadlocked. Let's bring the jury back into the courtroom. The jury is then brought back into the courtroom, and now the judge gives the jury another brief lecture about how important it is to listen to all the jurors, to listen to their opinions, and to come to a conclusion, because everybody in the court wants a conclusion, no matter who it's for. The plaintiff's attorney wants a conclusion, the litigants want a conclusion, the court wants a conclusion. And you need to go back in and continue deliberating until you reach a decision. So those are the judge's marching orders. Now the jury goes back into the jury room to begin deliberations again and to continue. And so those minutes turn into hours, which turn into days. And you don't know exactly what's happening until finally you get another note. Now either they reach a decision or they continue to say, Your Honor, we are still deadlocked, cannot reach a decision. Well, what happens if that's the case, if they still can't reach a decision? What will likely happen is that now the judge will speak to the attorneys and say, listen, I don't want to declare a mistrial yet. I want to give the jury another chance. Let me bring them back in. I'm going to give them another pep talk, another speech, and see if they can go back in and try and deliberate. Now, what the judge does not do is the judge does not try and find out who's the lone holdout, who's the 1 or 2 or 3 jurors that's creating the deadlock problem. The judge does not inquire of the jury what the issues are that's preventing them from reaching a conclusion, because it's the jury that has to make up their minds about who's right and who's wrong, based upon the law that the judge gives them at the end of the case. Now, you should know that in New York, you do not need a unanimous jury to reach a decision. In fact, you only need 5 out of 6 jurors to come to a decision on each and every question that's presented. And by the way, they don't have to be the same 5 jurors. If the jury now comes back and they're still deadlocked, after 1 or 2 or even 3 times, at that point, most likely the judge is going to declare a mistrial. So what does that mean? It means that the judge is going to thank the jury for their service and tell the litigants and their attorneys, okay, everybody, back to square one. Go back, pick another jury, you're going to start this trial all over again. That's what it means. So why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you just to give you an insight and an understanding into the litigation process that goes on here in the state of New York. And now you know what happens when a jury is deadlocked in a case involving medical malpractice, involving an accident, or even a wrongful death case, civil cases here in New York. You know, I recognize that chances are you probably have your own questions about your own matter. Well, if your matter happened here in New York and you have legal questions, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. I answer questions like yours every single day, and I welcome your call. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at lawmed10@yahoo.com. I'm Gerry Oginski here in New York. Thanks so much for watching.